Om. Om. Om Bhurrbhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurrbhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurrbhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. This prayer is very appropriate for today, this beautiful day, this day of the rising of Christ's consciousness within. We call it Easter. It is the day Christ rose to be one with his Father. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Christ manifested through his incarnation what is the potential of every human being. And at this day, it is the resurrection of Christ within you that can happen. And the prayer we just said means bring the light into the three bodies of men and through the three worlds. Because every single one of us has the potential seed atom of God. Because without the Lord, without the Father, none of us would exist. Without the deep connection, we have a soul. Everything on this planet is created by the Lord. And nothing is separate, because we are the sons and the daughters of the divine. And just like you and I, if we have a son or a daughter, we want them to come back to us. Similarly, God sent us forth to explore his universe, but he also wants us to return. The same way we go out and we are sent out to college to learn, to experiment, but then we want to come back home after we have learned. And that is exactly what today represents. It is the day, the joy of being able to open our hearts to the possibility, because we're not there yet, to the possibility that we can have Christ's consciousness within us. And this is so important. This morning's meditation with Nai was about taking the light in and allowing the love to flow through us. That is exactly the way we can bring the light of the divine that is residing within us to the forefront to share with others. It is the way we need to do that. When we open the heart and serve humanity, we are serving God's humanity. And when we're serving God's humanity, we are really serving God. Because everything has been created. Respect everything, because everything has a God seed atom. Without, it would not exist. It was created by the Lord. And without the Lord, nothing exists, including you. But the beauty about us is that we have that God seed Adam within us. So that we have the potential to reach back to the source and become Christ-like and receive Christ consciousness. And that is the journey Christ was showing us. That is the journey every scripture shows us. The journey from this life to the life thereafter. Everybody believes in heaven. Yes, heaven is joy, but heaven is not the ultimate. Heaven is only a transitional stage. It is a beautiful stage where we are reminded of our potential. And then we have to come back and attain it here on earth. Not running away from earth, but attain it here on earth by serving God's creation. And that means serving God's creation not only to other people, but to everything. So we have to become aware of everything. The journey is a beautiful journey back home. Think about it as a beautiful journey back to your source. A journey of appreciate everything in life. People ask me, how do I know there is a Lord? Well, look around you. Look at the trees. One tiny seed creates that wonderful apple tree that then gives fruit for others to enjoy. One tiny seed gives you that beautiful flower, the beautiful flowers for us to enjoy. We couldn't do that. We can't even create the flower. We cannot make it smell this beautiful. We cannot make it beautiful like this. It is one tiny seed. And how does that one tiny seed grow to be so beautiful? How does that? It's the same way, that tiny seed within us, that God seed within us, we can grow to have the beauty and the magnificence and the wonders of the divine within us. But we have to surrender and let go of our ego, which has taken primary position and is not allowing us to flow from the heart, because God resides in the heart of all beings, not just humans, all animals' heart. Because every animal responds, every plant responds to the heart. Ask a gardener, and they will tell you that they talk to their plants and they show them love and affection, and then they grow. Because everything on this planet has a divine spark within them in the heart center. Everything has consciousness, and that consciousness resides within your heart center. So allow your heart to flow. Because when you allow your heart to flow, when the heart is opened up and it flows, it will eventually allow the flow of your divinity, the divinity that comes through you. You cannot live without the divinity flowing through you. But we have it refined or encaged within our small self. And so we can only use that which we have encapsulated rather than allowing it to flow. And when you open your heart, you allow divine energy to come through you and flow through you and assist and give to God's creation, to Christ. So today is a wonderful day, because remember, all the avatars like Christ, Krishna, Buddha, all of the people that God had sent forth to inspire us, to give us courage, to show the way, are still with us. They're not gone. Their energy comes with us. And they are the ones we have to ask to assist us in this process. Or you may ask the angels that are always ready to assist us, that God has sent forth to assist us as well. We have never been alone on this planet. And Christ consciousness, Joshua, when he incarnated, he brought down this wonderful energy of love, of pure love. And that pure love is what you wish to imbibe within you on this day, so that you may rise like he has risen, for him to be. The Father and I are one. The Son and the Father is one. The daughter and the Father is one. Allow that to come to you, because without the divinity within you, there is no you. You would not be here. And to acknowledge that divinity within you, and to serve that divinity within you, is the purest and most magnificent things we can do. And you will receive energy and wisdom. And your uniqueness, your individuality, is what you have brought forth in order to serve humanity. And it is only by serving humanity that we can express the divinity of the Lord. And today, ask Joshua to come and assist you in opening your heart to the point where the energy will flow through the crown chakra out into the universe through your heart center. And you say, well, I have been hurt so many times. Oh yes, we know you have been hurt so many times. But why would you want to close the heart and never feel the love? The love that you could have, the love that you have the ability to absorb within you, the love that you can come within your physical body that will generate and heal all of the things within you. That love you are keeping away from yourself because you're afraid to be hurt. This is a world of duality. And yes, you will be hurt. But whenever we are hurt, you have to stand up and see that that is something for us to learn from, so that we can open the heart even more and more and more, because we have to remove things that hold us back. We have to remove the impurities within us. We have to remove the things that in our subconscious and unconscious mind that have been holding us back from being the divinity within us, from ascending, just like Christ ascended today, from ascending from this world into the world of being a servant for the divine. And right now, in this wonderful world of change that we are going through, and it is time for us to step up and take the responsibility that has been given to us by the Lord to serve his humanity, or her humanity. So I urge you, I ask you, I implore you to take this day and look and say that my whole life is here so that I may open up, so that I can ascend a little bit further and get closer to the divinity within me, to the divinity within. And if you don't believe there is divinity within you, then ask for the blessings for the divinity that you believe in, be it Christ, be it Krishna, be it Buddha, be it Muhammad, whatever divinity you will. Ask them to give you, to send that energy through you, or ask your guides or our guardian angel to send that energy through you so that you will learn. You will learn that ascension is your birthright. It is your birthright. It is what you are allowed to do and what you need to do. And when you are on the path, know that the world will open up and things will work in your favor so that you can ascend. Not all things will be pleasant. We're not saying that. But everything will open up for your ascension. Know this, and know that life on this planet, no matter how difficult it is the greatest blessing that you could get, because it allows you to go back to the source. We have the free will to go back to the source. Oh, what a beautiful blessing that is. So think of your life as the greatest blessing, even though you may have difficulties, but you know that you can come back to the source. There is a wonderful story. Now, there was a great sage, and he was traveling. And he was going on his way to reach the Lord, Shiva. And on his way, Nard, he found a couple of devotees sitting and praying to God. And then he told them where he was going. And so where he was going, he told them to, they said, well, would you please ask the Lord for us how long it will take for us to get back to the source, to come back to be one with the Lord. And Nard went, and when he came back, and one of the disciples asked him, how long will it take? And he said, well, the Lord was very happy to tell you that as many leaves as there are on that palm tree, that's how many lifetimes, and you will get back to the Lord. And this disciple got very, very angry. That many lifetimes? Why am I doing all this work right now? Then he went to the other one, and now he was afraid to tell him anything. He was afraid because, and then he said, come on, tell me, how many lifetimes will it take? How many difficulties do I have to go through until I see the Lord? And he says, you see that neem tree, which has many small blades? How many leaves are on that neem tree? That's how many difficulties you'll have to go through to get to the Lord. And this disciple was so happy. He couldn't understand it. He says, oh, wow, I am getting back to the Lord. I am. No matter how many times, how many leaves there are, I am getting. And he was so happy. He went into a blissful state and danced because he was happy that he is getting back to the Lord. If you start looking at, and then he reached salvation very quickly, because he was full of joy to get back to the source. He was full of joy that Christ consciousness is available to him. And if we have that kind of joy of understanding that whatever difficulty we have, that eventually we will come back to the Lord. If you have that knowledge, then you will make the changes very quickly. You will make them because you will be full of joy and gratitude of this life. And when you are full of joy and gratitude for this life, no matter what thorns it brings, the rose will come out. And you will reach your goal. But when we hold back and say, well, that's too much trouble, then we will never get there. And we will never get there. And the life becomes more difficult and more difficult. So take each and every moment of our life. Let's take each and every moment and fill it with joy and love, because we know that the resurrection of our soul will go back to the source. And that is what today represents. And allow that to flow through you. No matter what difficulties you have, embrace them and know that they are all a means and a method to go back to the source. And with that, your heart will become lighter, and the love of the divine will begin to flow through you. And when the love of the divine flows through you, oh, that no matter how difficult life is, it begins to flow, and you begin to be able to handle it. Not that things will be removed, but you will be able to handle it. This is a world of duality, and there will be joy and there will be sadness. And you will handle it, because if you are in the moment, and if you know that everything is in divine order, then you will be able to handle the whole life cycle so beautifully. So allow that love of the divine to flow through you, so that you can get back and reach that ascension that is a possibility for every single soul, every single human on this planet. And know that that is your birthright, and take back your birthright. And let this day, and each time you come around the sun to this day, remember what your birthright is. Each time you think of Joshua, remember your birthright is to ascend back to the divine, to ascend back to the Lord. So with this, I will conclude today. And this is the most beautiful day of the season. This is the most beautiful, magnificent day in which you understand and begin to know that the Father and I are one. And it is my birthright to come back to that one. We are not there yet, but it is our birthright to come back to that one. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.